But don't hold it too close.
Yeah. Ngizwile ukuthi it.
Yeah. Really been
A
scratches.
few moments
Yeah, let's start, dog. What up?
Hey,
You wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah. I think that
Introduce yourself.
it's only right to introduce ourselves. Yeah, I go by the name Kilogram, Mr. Turnaround to a back himself. You already know what it is, and yeah, it's a beautiful Monday. It's the first Monday of July, right? Yeah. I think it's the first Monday of July, so it's a new month. Still winter, so it's a bit cold. That's why we're wearing these tops. But yeah, I just tried to do something different for you guys at this point. I have my homie here. He's gonna introduce himself.
Yo, I go by the name Spe Lele, aka Mr. Make It Rain on them.
Alright.
Yeah, we're in Kempton Park, guys. We're in Kempton Park. And yeah, we just want to talk, man. We want to talk, and I hope you guys are going to love this whole situation. You know what I mean? So we're just going to be talking about random things and just, because South Africa is a movie, guys, So we feel there has to be some talks based on what's happening, not even South Africa, around the world. There's a lot of things happening around the world. So we just want to see where we at in terms of our mental in understanding the whole situation, and then maybe y'all can drop some comments on the whole situation so that I would like to hear y'all's views from whatever you're going to be talking about. So
So don't be afraid to drop a comment down below. If you don't agree, if you agree, we want to hear what you think as well. So it's an open conversation type of thing. We should have bought some sun hats, dog. Yes, she's hello.
but it's cold.
Yeah, that is but it's cold at the same time.
Yeah, we need some vitamins, dog. Yeah, but anyways, I'd like us to talk about the situation that's happening in South Africa first, in terms of
The streaming.
the streaming situation. What's your take on that? Like, where you see us going?
Wait, is that what you wanted to talk about though?
Everything else, everything, bro.
Okay. Yeah, we can start with that. I think since I'm also like an upcoming streamer, if I may put it that way, I do aspire to become a streamer. So I think it's good that a lot of celebrities are, putting some light into streaming. Like I see a lot of them are supporting the streamers. I see Blackie, Nasty C, Casper's also streaming. So there's a lot. I haven't really seen like a lot. If I'm being honest, I haven't really seen a lot of female streamers. I mean, female celebrity streamers supporting streamers. I haven't, other than those one or two that came on Sonwabile's stream, like Nadia Nakai. I saw her; she came through. But I'm still yet to see that, Also some female streamers at that too.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that's going to change the game, and it slowly is changing the game. So I'm just yet to see where they taking it, where it's going to go.
I feel it's streaming is happening, It's happening in South Africa, but it's not getting it doesn't have the traction that it's supposed to have in terms of management based and getting a whole community behind the whole streaming, a few people are actually hooked into that streaming situation,
No, ngiyakuzwa.
and if it could be more like the guys get managed, and if they get managed more, then I guess something better can come out of South Africa. But I just feel like how can I put it? I don't feel there's competition.
Yeah.
There's not enough competition. It's just a handful of streamers that we know from here in South Africa. You know what I mean?
They
and
just do their things, né?
yeah.
Nah, I feel that's true. That's true. But why do you think a lot of brands? Okay, to be honest, certain brands are starting to support streamers, but it's only, as you've been saying, the ones that we know.
Yeah.
So why do you think not a lot of brands are trusting the fact that this thing can work? It can work for brands, and why don't they invest in young upcoming streamers?
Because there's not much that has been put into streaming here in South Africa. And come on, let's be honest, it hasn't taken like its boom explosion, in terms of like, okay, right now streaming
Thing.
is a thing, you know what I mean? So I think until that happens, then brands can actually, and another thing, we don't have any kind of like streamer in like top 100 or something, which is also a big miss for us,
Okay.
So yeah,
So we don't really have that one person that's like really paving the way and showing us how big it can get.
I think one thing we need to be honest with in terms of South African people, we have that main character syndrome, and we have that PhD, that pulling down syndrome. So, like, if somebody has to start something that is from America, then they be like, nah, you know what I mean? What you think you are, you know what I mean? And then the guys that make it, they want to be the ones actually shining, and not take other people under their wing to show them. You can see what Kai Sinat is doing, in terms of streamer university and everything.
I feel like he's a great example. Yeah.
Yeah. So all that, man. We just need to stand together as a streaming people, if I may put it, and just try and go back to the drawing board in terms of where to next, because we need to be a bit different from what the guys in USA are doing. I think that will only help us.
No, I think you're right, because how are we gonna stand out if we're trying to fit in with what they're doing?
Yeah.
And we also need to understand that we all don't have the same resources. So a person could be talented. I feel like it's not even just for streaming. It's just a lot of things are gatekept, even like music. You could meet a talented person who just doesn't have the vision and the backing to move forward, but they do have the talent, they do have the hunger to make it. So I just think we need to, as you said, we need to just come together as a community and sit down, with people that actually want to do more for the youth and to do more for creators in general,
No, for sure.
and to help them understand that we could find a way to bypass all these systems. We don't have to give up just because certain people don't want to acknowledge our work.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do it. I do believe that we can do it. Look at who can I use as an example? Look at Speed.
Yeah.
Speed took a whole different route from Kai Cenat and how he's approaching streaming.
Yeah.
But he's bigger right now, regardless of all the people that helped Kai Cenat become who he is. So there's a different way to approach everything. And
for sure.
If we have a great management team, a great support structure, I think we can do anything.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real. And this thing of people starting to stream just because they want to be the ones in the spotlight, I don't think that's what streaming is about.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So we just need to find a way to tell our stories in our own way, and to have people that will show us how to reach a broader audience.
Okay, who's the one streamer that actually you feel you resonate with? In terms of like, okay, right, I'd like to be like that, but maybe even better. But I like his style. I like you know, the whole situation that he's going in.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this streamer called, what's his name? Marlon.
Yeah, gang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marlon is a good
the
example.
Swedish Mafia. I
Yeah.
call him Swedish Mafia. The Morga.
Duke Dennis, great example. You know,
Yeah.
Dennis has a good background as well. His background is different because he went for military training. So like I think 2-3 years after he graduated. So I think that gave him a certain confidence to make his content, you know, based around his experience there. And yeah, I just think the way they serve their fan base, it's not like I'm trying to entertain you too much. I'm just entertaining you through my real life.
I'm myself, basically. What you get is what you see is what you get type shit.
Simple. Like I don't care about what others are doing.
Yeah.
How they carry themselves out. I'm just me.
For me, I think it's speed, bro. I like the whole speed situation. He's very authentic, raw. That guy, it's not even about like fame or whatever. He's just doing what he loves, you know. And looking from his background, him being a person where his mom never actually loved the whole streaming situation, but then he just like left home and stuff, and just like, I'm gonna focus on this, you know. So yeah, shout out to Speed.
Yeah.
Madala, how are you?
Okay.
Good show.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that story is very emotional.
Yeah, I like how he carries himself, even on camera. You know what I mean? Just yesterday, I saw one of his streams where he was watching the Brazil World Cup game where Brazil got knocked out from Norway, and then some of the guys were like, "Why are you recording at the ground?" And Speed was like, "What the fuck?" You know, I just like that WTF fucking face that he has. He's like, "The fuck," you know?
Damn, very authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's my guy. He's my guy.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I don't think it's easy for people to be as authentic as he is, you know, because a lot of people, they believe in the system or the machine or whatever it is that tells you to carry yourself in this way, and a lot of times that's the thing that limits us.
Yeah,
you know. But I feel like the reason Speed is because of his authenticity, you know.
Yeah, and what's your take on Nasty C streaming? Like, what's your take? Do you think he's gonna lose his clout?
I feel like,
or his aura, not clout. Sorry.
I feel like the way he carries himself is a result of the image he's portrayed. You know, the way he carries himself in public. You know, he moves with, you know, like a convoy, entourage, you know, all of that. But ever since streaming came, all of that is dead now. You know, that's why they said the traditional celebrity is dead. You know, that's why you see a lot of people who are mysterious, you know, who are not exposing themselves to the fans.
Yeah,
they're now kind of falling off the conversations because a lot of people are now expressing themselves naturally, you know, authentically, because a lot of people want to see who you are in real life, especially since streaming has come into light.
You
know, so they get you're an artist, you make music, but how do you interact with your friends? Like, how do you interact with new people? How do you approach an event? Like, how do you get there? How do you leave? Like, what do you do when you get home after an event? They want to see that. And I feel like when you're streaming, that's where you're most authentic, because it's live. All the mistakes that you think about not making when you're shooting a video that's going to be edited, all those mistakes, you do them. No matter how hard you try to hide it, you'll slip up and you start showing your true self, you know. So I feel like a person watching a stream can tell when you're being fake.
Yeah.
So I feel regarding to Nasty C, we're just gonna get to know him a bit more. You know, I don't think if he does what I think he's going to do, I don't think his aura will fall. I think he's just gonna be more closer with his fans. You know, because he has worked hard to build a solid fan base, and I think those people are very eager to see how he lives his daily life. Yeah, well, so I do also feel he's gonna get more fans, you know, but he might lose his rapper title now. People might call him a streamer.
The crazy thing about that is that a lot of people never knew that Nasty was a rapper. Like many people know him in streaming and like playing the game, you know. And then most of the guys were like, "Hey, bro, Nasty is a rapper and he's one of the best in South Africa," you know. So a lot of guys were flabbergasted with that whole situation. You see, "Oh, bro, this nigga can rap and he's dope," you know what I mean? And that was something else, you know. And for me, I feel like, yeah, Nasty. Yeah, for real. A lot of niggas be like, "Hey, bro, this nigga we know him playing games, streaming. We never knew he's a rapper, you know, and he's dope, you know."
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know that they have like a group with his friends where they play Call of Duty.
Yeah, Teleman and him. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's my take. I think he's breaking barriers. I think he's setting the bar in streaming for me in South Africa. I feel like he's gonna set the bar. He's here to set the bar because he's a rapper, more of a streamer.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more of a rapper. So some of the times he's going to be actually doing tours and all that. But the good thing about that is also taking the chat into the tours and everything, you know. So that's also a good part.
So he interacts with them.
Yeah.
Based on where he's going.
Where he's going. So that's another bonus for him, you know. And who's the one artist or person that you'd love to see streaming from South Africa?
From South Africa.
Okay, let me start. I'd love to see A-Real Stock.
That's what I was gonna say.
For real. Why though?
He's too mysterious.
And another thing, I feel like he's been through so much. And
I get it.
We just want to see how he is in his bubble, you know?
And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people in his close circle that also would love to see that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's a person who just introduces you to his space, even if you're like close, you know. I think he's a very reserved person, especially through what happened.
Yeah. I mean, like, even in his songs and everything, you can see that nigga been through a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And then just now understanding, you would see, how he lives now, and he's a pops now, you know? You just want to see that. And the fact that he's just... I mean, that man is nonchalant. I'm not going to even lie, so...
Nah, he's nonchalant.
So we want to see that. Yeah, I hope he's going to check this out.
Nasty C and Baby Days. Baby Days going crazy.
In streaming?
Nah, music.
I never liked that nigga, dog. I'm not going to lie.
I think the reason I'm mentioning him is because he's one of the people who held YouTube, like the YouTube space, when most YouTube content creators were quiet, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he wanted to be a rapper mostly, he was also consistent with the YouTube world, you know, just putting some light there, and also with the people around him. I feel like he's been a pivotal member in terms of lifting the energy up, in terms of the barriers of what you can do and what you can't do, in terms of what's acceptable outside. Because judging from what's happening in his life now, I can tell that he's in a comfortable space, and you know, he's always wanted to be where he's at. So I just want to know how he's living his daily life with what's happening right now, because he's one of the few artists from, he's not from SA, but you know, we know him in SA.
Yeah.
But he's one of the few who's like touring like internationally, you know, so Europe, America, you know, and he's independent. So it's like we saw his come up you know. He was one of Tyler's early boyfriends and shit like that too.
yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot people learn from him.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
And then which artist would you love to see aside from Reese? Yeah.
I'm more for like a Cassie flavor type of,
Kasi, man.
and I don't know who. I think Uzi.
Uzi.
Yeah. But I feel like it's no, we know Uzi, man, because he goes on live on TikTok and shit. So yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Nah, man.
Damn, the sun is flipping hot. No. I hope I'm not too tall for this.
Nah. We'll have to skip that question, bro. I can't think of no one right now, for real.
Okay. Nah, that's
I
cool.
can't think of
KO.
no one right now. Nah, I don't like KO. KO is too. He's conceited, I feel.
You feel he's
super
conceited?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cocky and conceited. So I don't fuck with that. For real.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I heard he. Hey, but let's not go into KO right now.
Yeah.
Let's not go into KO right now. But yeah, man. So I also think that what we also need to address is music, because we just spoke about streaming. We need to talk about music as well.
Yeah.
So in terms of the game right now, how do you think it's standing, like in terms of relevant artists and what people are actually talking about in the streets?
I think what fucked us up the most is the Kido situation, dog. Because that shit fucked us up big time in terms of what he did. Like, I respect the nigga using AI fully, you know? But I think it paints a bad picture for a lot of artists in South Africa too, you know? The whole shit fiasco that he did, you know?
For like, you mean for SA music?
Yeah, because a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, these niggas are actually a full on AI, you know, they don't do their own shit, you know? And understanding the fact that they even took him out of what's that ish?
Apple Music.
Yeah.
I have Apple Music, so
Yeah.
the album is no longer there. That's crazy. Crazy.
So the music, we know we got good artists and everything, and I'm just speaking from that point of view in terms of Credo's situation. I feel like that damaged us a little bit, but yeah, it's not about how we fall, it's about how we get up.
Yeah.
But I really want to see more.
Okay, but in terms of that album, did you watch the interview that he did on, was it 5FM? Or I think it was, who calls it, or Metro FM or 5FM? I don't know. But did you watch that interview?
Nah, never.
Yeah, so he was speaking about how he used AI.
Yeah.
He said he used AI to get the choirs, you know, the background vocals. At least that's what we know he said to the public. So if he, because we also hear he's been in the game for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And you know, I hear he's quite good of a producer as well.
Yeah.
And he's clearly worked with a few artists, you know. So why do you think he had to resort to using AI with such good music? Because if he had those ideas, and you know, he said he did approach people, so like, why do you think he had to do that?
You know what? If you think about it deep, very deep, you can see, you would say, yeah, in as much as you say that, but we don't know. There's two sides to a story, bro. You know what I mean? And you used AI full blown in everything, because we saw from his whole situation when he was singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that whole situation says a lot, bro. It says
The
a
live
lot.
performance.
You know what I mean? It says a lot, and it even shows which say nah. It says when you used AI full blown, and now you got no say.
You can't relate to the
yeah.
music. It's not true.
Yeah.